Friendship fails. 10 phrases to avoid. Ever wondered why some friendships fall apart? Like, you thought you were besties with someone, sharing secrets and fries, and then, bam, it's over. Well, sometimes it's the little things we say, those seemingly harmless phrases, that actually push people away. It might be because of these 10 things you should never say to a friend. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of friendship faux pas. Get ready to learn what not to say, and more importantly, how to actually be a good friend by using words that heal instead of hurt. Okay, first up, we've got the classic, "you're overreacting." Ugh, just hearing those words makes me cringe. Imagine your friend is pouring their heart out. They're looking to you for support, for validation, and you hit them with, "you're overreacting." You instantly shut them down. Not cool, my friend, not cool. Instead, try saying, "I can see you're really upset. What's going on?" Show them you care, that you're there to listen without judgment. Next up, we've got the "I told you so," a phrase that should be banished from every friendship dictionary ever. It's like the verbal equivalent of doing a smug victory dance on your friend's misfortune. Let's say your friend took a risk. Maybe they went on a blind date you warned them about, or they invested in those weird, light-up sneakers you said were a bad idea. Okay, maybe that last one was me. Whatever the situation, they're hurting. They're probably feeling pretty dumb, and the last thing they need is you rubbing salt in the wound with your smug "I told you so." Instead of being Captain Obvious, try offering genuine support. Say something like, "I'm sorry things didn't work out. How can I help?" Remember, a true friend is there to lift you up, not rub your face in it when you stumble. Okay, let's talk about the "you always" or "you never" statements. These little gems are like relationship landmines. They're often exaggerated and rarely helpful. For example, saying, "You always cancel plans at the last minute," might feel accurate in the heat of the moment, but is it really true? Did your friend never once show up for a coffee date? Probably not. These sweeping statements put people on the defensive. They feel attacked and misunderstood. Instead of painting your friend with such a broad brush, try being specific and focusing on the behavior, not the person. Instead of saying, "You're always late," try, "I noticed you've been running behind lately. Is everything okay?" See the difference? You're expressing concern without making them feel like a complete failure as a human being. Chapter 4. Calm down. The inflammation. Igniter. Calm down. Two simple words that have the magical ability to make a heated situation about 1,000 times worse. It's like throwing gasoline on a tiny campfire. Things are about to get out of control. When someone is upset, telling them to calm down is like telling a volcano to just chill. It invalidates their feelings and makes them feel like they're not being heard. It's like you're saying their emotions are wrong or inappropriate. Instead of being a walking cliché, try a more empathetic approach. Say something like, "Let's take a deep breath and talk about this." Encourage them to share their feelings without judgment. Sometimes, just acknowledging their emotions is enough to help them calm down naturally. Chapter 5. It's not a big deal. The minimizer. Next up is the ever so dismissive, "It's not a big deal." Look, what might seem insignificant to you could be a huge deal to your friend. We all have different perspectives, different triggers, different things that make us tick. Just because you wouldn't be bothered by something doesn't mean your friend isn't allowed to feel upset about it. When you tell someone their feelings are invalid, you're essentially telling them to shut down and bottle it up. And guess what? That bottled up stuff? It doesn't just disappear. It festers and can lead to resentment and distance in a friendship. Instead of minimizing their experience, try validating it. Say something like, "I understand this is important to you." Even if you don't fully get it, showing empathy and understanding can go a long way in building a stronger bond. Chapter 6. Why are you still single? The Relationship Inquisitor. Let's talk about a question that sends shivers down the spines of single people everywhere. Why are you still single? Being single is not a contagious disease. It's a choice, a life stage, a period of self-discovery. This question is loaded with judgment and assumptions. It implies that you need to be in a relationship to be happy. And let's be real, it's none of our business why someone is single. Maybe they're focusing on their career, traveling the world, adopting 1,000 puppies, who knows? Instead of prying, focus on what they are up to. Chapter 7. You look tired. The backhanded compliment. King. You look tired. Just hearing those words makes me want to crawl back into bed and hibernate for like a year. Here's the thing. Telling someone they look tired is rarely, if ever, a compliment. It implies that they look worn out, drained, less than their best. It's like saying, hey, you look like you haven't slept in days and could really use a gallon of coffee. Instead of pointing out their perceived fatigue, try being more observant and empathetic. Maybe they're going through a tough time, dealing with stress, or just haven't had their daily dose of caffeine. Instead of saying, you look tired, try something like, is everything okay? You seem a bit off. This opens the door for them to talk about what's going on, if they choose to, and shows that you're genuinely concerned. Chapter 8. You're too sensitive. The emotional invalidator. Okay, let's address the sensitivity police, shall we? Telling someone they're too sensitive is like saying their feelings are wrong, that they need to toughen up and stop being so emotional. But here's the thing. We all experience and process emotions differently. What might seem like a minor inconvenience to one person could be deeply hurtful to another. Instead of dismissing their feelings, try to understand where they're coming from. If you've said something that unintentionally hurt your friend, acknowledge it and apologize. You can say, I didn't mean to hurt you. Can we talk about it? Remember, empathy is key. Put yourself in their shoes and try to see things from their perspective. Chapter 9. You can't do that. The Dream Crusher. You can't do that. These 4 little words have the power to crush dreams faster than a herd of elephants on a rampage. We all have dreams, aspirations, things we want to achieve in life. And when we share those dreams with our friends, we're looking for support, encouragement, maybe even a little bit of inspiration. The last thing we need is someone raining on our parade with their negativity and doubt. Instead of being a dream killer, try being a cheerleader. Believe in your friends' abilities, even if they don't fully believe in themselves yet. Instead of saying, you can't do that, try something like, what can I do to help you achieve that? Offer your support, your resources, your unwavering belief that they can achieve anything they set their minds to. Chapter 10. At least. The silver lining seeker gone wrong. And finally, we have the well-intentioned but often misguided. At least. Look, when someone is going through a tough time, the last thing they want to hear is how their situation could be worse. It's like telling someone who just lost their job, at least you still have your health. While it's true, it's not exactly helpful or comforting in that moment. When someone is hurting, they need empathy, not a comparison to someone else's misfortune. Instead of trying to find a silver lining, acknowledge their pain and validate their feelings. Say something like, that sounds really tough. I'm here for you. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just listen, offer a shoulder to cry on, and be a source of comfort and support. Outro: building stronger bonds through better communication. So there you have it, folks. 10 things you should never say to a friend, and what to say instead. Remember, words have power. They can build people up or tear them down. By being mindful of the words we use, we can create stronger, more supportive, and more fulfilling friendships. What are some phrases you found hurtful in friendships? Share your experiences in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content.